two things I've done in June that I honestly believe have made me feel the happiest I've ever felt.
Okay, who's June?
We're just a couple of business anchors. Welcome to the Business Anchors podcast. This jingle is slightly too long. This jingle is slightly too long.
The one thing that let me tell you a story. Actually, there's two things I've done in June that I honestly believe have made me feel the happiest I've ever felt.
Okay, who's June? Sorry. Sorry. I don't know why I turned into an absolute lad for a minute there.
Lads.
I don't usually make comments like that. Guys, that was just a light-hearted joke.
Okay, so let me rephrase it. There's two things I've done this month that have made me incredibly happy, and it's all to do with investing in my health.
Good.
So whenever I talk to you about this, Lloyd, the one thing that I'm always happy to spend money on and invest in is anything to do with my health.
Yeah.
And two things I did this month. So one thing I did was I upgraded my gym to a gym that costs about 6 times as much.
Bloody hell.
But it's got a pool, sauna, a steam room, and all these different things. And every day now I go there and I swim and I train and I do a sauna and steam room. And my Whoop band tells me that I'm in the best shape of my life this week.
Dan.
And just mentally and stuff, like it really makes me feel good. It makes me think like, also the second thing I've done is stop drinking alcohol in June. I'm having a bit of a break from alcohol. And those two things have really made me feel good. And like on top of that, things like us playing squash and going to the gym in general, all these things make me feel incredibly happy. And I think there's lots of people out there that feel like stressed or anxious or moody. And I think that putting more focus on your health rather than like going out and stuff.
I was speaking, so in the gym that you're talking about, I was talking to you and another friend the other day whilst we were in the outdoor pool.
Yes.
Oh, we sound like such middle class dickheads. And I was saying, it's such a simple thing when you realise what it's like. I was feeling quite stressed about work and things the last few weeks, and I just kept sort of having a couple of beers and hoping that would make things better.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh no, I'm just feel a bit worse the next day, probably worse at dealing with these issues, and I feel worse. And then for like 3 days, I just got good sleep, went to the gym, ate healthily, and was suddenly like, oh, I feel brilliant.
The other week, Lloyd and I were like doing quite an intense strategy thing, and he like was really struggling to figure stuff out, and he doesn't normally. And I was like, "Are you all right?" And he's like, "I'm just struggling to do this." And then he told me in the gym that he's just been drinking beers every night. And
well, by the way, I do literally mean like probably like I had a couple of beers like 3 or 4 times.
Did that solve your problems?
No. It made me worse at solving my problems. Like even that drinking to that extent. And don't get me wrong, like no judgment for people that have a drink. So like obviously we do.
We love,
stuff,
we love it.
We love it. But it's just so simple when it's like, oh, when I don't try and get alcohol to solve my problems and I have healthy habits, suddenly I'm better at solving my problems and I feel happier.
Yeah.
Who would have thought it?
Yeah. Just before you go, we want to take a second to talk about our podcast sponsors, Adobe Express. Adobe Express enables anyone to quickly and easily create standout social graphics, logos, flyers, banners, and more on the web and mobile. There are so many amazing features and benefits to using Adobe Express. You can choose from thousands of beautifully designed templates to inspire you and get started. You can quickly remove a background, convert JPEG to PNG, videos to GIFs, merge videos, change video speeds, and more. Apply your brand to your content in just a tap and collaborate with your colleagues through shared templates and libraries. You'll also get access to the entire diverse, royalty-free Adobe stock photo collection created by the world's best professionals and choose from over 20,000 licensed Adobe fonts, as well as their collection of curved typesets, grids, and exquisite font pairings. You can apply standout photo effects in seconds, discover easy bite-sized tips to get you started on the Learn tab, or connect on one of their creator community spaces to stay close to our team and fellow users. Now that's a lot of features to get your teeth into. Click the link in the description of the episode to give Adobe Express a go today, and we'll see you next week.